Hello everyone, I'm Heather. It is the 25th day of September, 25th day, 25th book. And I have been drinking today. I'm sorry. I had like this bottomless brunch thing that I went to with my friends. And now, like, I'm mildly drunk, but mainly just exhausted. I'm so tired, but it's only like 8:30 at night, and like I feel like it's way too early to actually go to bed on a Saturday night at 8:30, so I just have to sort of stick out. But anyway, our book for today is Other Words for Home by Jasmine Warga. So this book is deceptively big. Don't be deceived by this book, right? So I saw a thing online that said it was like 250 something pages, and I was like, sweet, I have the book at home. I'll use that as my shorty. And also the audiobook for that is only like 3.5 hours, which is definitely shorty territory. But this one, when I looked at it, I pulled it off my shelf. I was like, shit, that's really big. It is actually like 300 and something pages. However, when I investigated a little bit further, the inside of it is like this, you know, sort of very sort of poetic stanza sort of printing. So it is actually a shorty, even though it's pretending like it's not. I mean, it's also a middle grade book, so I think it should go pretty quick. So, I've also loads of things to do tomorrow. It's a super busy day. I've got to go to yoga for the first time in ages. I'm going to Sian's yoga. It's my favourite. And then I have to go to the cinema. And then I think I have to go out for more drinks. Why? I'm just gonna like die pickled. Anyway. So this book is about, I think, a refugee? Yeah. Jude never thought she'd be leaving her beloved older brother and father behind all the way across the ocean in Syria. At first, everything in America seems too fast and too loud. Her new label of, quote, Middle Eastern, an identity she's never known before. So, I've heard loads of good things about it. So I'm hoping it'll be good. Okay. I've been laying in bed for like about an hour or so and reading my book. And I'm already here, yo. What the F? Like, I'm nearly halfway through. It's only been like an hour. Like, this book is definitely a shorty. And I can't believe I almost completely missed out on it by it's pretending not to be a shorty. That's some bullshit. But it's cute anyway. I'm enjoying it. It's this girl, she's like, I guess middle grade, so you know, like 12ish or whatever. She's from Syria, and the book starts out in Syria where she's like perfectly happy living in Syria. Everything's good, like with all her family, you know, like her dad and her brother and everything. But her brother then joins like the rebellion or the resistance or whatever, and then things get a bit scary. The adults get a bit worried, money gets a bit tight. So she and her mother decide to move to America to live with her mother's brother, who lives in Cincinnati. He's Syrian, obviously, but his wife and his kid are American. They're just from Ohio. So this girl and her mother, they move in with him and find that the wife and the kid are completely unwelcoming. They're just super dickheads. Like the daughter, so the cousin of the girl, who's basically the same age as the girl, at school, so they're at school together, and the girl just like completely ignores her and doesn't let her in with her friends and just like treats her like crap, and you know, it's like acting like she's like quite embarrassed by her. But then when they're together in the house, it's clear that she's just sort of jealous, you know, because she's new and interesting and speaks another language and has all these experiences that she doesn't have. And I'm quite liking it anyway. Like, writing style I like it's obviously like a child narrator, you know, because it's like a middle grade book, but it's still really nice. Like descriptions of Syria were beautiful, you know. She's obviously really missing her family and feeling like America's absolute shite at the minute because it's completely unwelcoming, but she's really good at sort of looking around and seeing things around her that are beautiful in America, as well as definitely the things that are awful, and I'm enjoying it. It's cute. It's a quick read. Okay, so I listened to my audiobook on the way to and from yoga, and I figured out where I am now in the book. And it's here! Are you fucking kidding me? Can you even see it? It's so close to the end. Like, this book is such a quick read. But it's good, I enjoy it. Like, I was a bit too harsh with the auntie, sort of the wife of the brother in Cincinnati. Do you know what I mean? Like, the American wife. She's actually really nice. She's just, like, I call this book is sort of like quite good. Nobody's really all bad or all good, you know, like you get pigeonholed with like kids books like that sometimes, but this one I think is quite I don't know, insightful about sort of like humanity and different people and how none of them are all bad or all good. Like she's just a bit, you know, like doesn't really understand, you know. So the girl, she gets her period and she becomes a woman, and then she wears the hijab for the first time and she's so excited, you know. She's like, I'm finally a woman and I look exactly like my mother and blah blah blah, and she just loves it. But then the auntie's like, you look beautiful, but I just want to make sure it's your choice, you know, it's your choice, right? And the kid isn't like angry with her, you know. She's like, she just doesn't understand. She's been told a million times that no one would wear this if they didn't want to, and they're being forced to do it and blah blah blah, but she just doesn't understand. Like, so I was a bit harsh on her. She's actually quite cool. But the kid, the cousin, who's the same age as her, she is actually still awful. Like, she has like approximately 20 or 30 pages to redeem herself, but I feel like it's not gonna happen. Also there's really good like insights into American culture and like American behavior and stuff like that you would get, you know, as if someone sort of looking in from the outside, you know, from a different country. I think the author is actually American born, but I think her family is actually from somewhere else anyway. So but like they're saying the school lunches, it's been pizza for the past 3 weeks because the school cafeteria or whatever has a deal with a local pizza place. Like, that's exactly something that would happen in an American school. That would be weird literally anywhere else. Like, you're eating what we could get cheapest. Like, and also sort of like describing how like American children like stomp into places loudly, like there's no worry about needing to make themselves small or thinking potentially that someone doesn't want to hear them, you know. Like, I don't know, culturally I think it's just like extra confidence, you know, like we're here like that, and it's sort of visible even in children as they sort of just clomp in places. Anyway, I'm liking it. It's cute. I like it. It is for kids' mind, you know, so it's not like groundbreaking material, but it got this new Brianna book, and I love new Brianna books. Yeah, it's good. Okay, I finished Other Words for Home, and I enjoyed it. I'm gonna go with 4 stars on that one. It was a banging middle grade book. It had a very nice, like, heartwarming, sort of happy ending, which I love, and also a very interesting afterword from the author, where she sort of explained how it is that she got the idea to write this book, and how she was sort of saying she's American, born and raised American, but her family is an immigrant family. They sort of came here, and how she, when she was younger, was quite like Sarah, the sort of awful cousin. She was more like Sarah than like Judah, the narrator of the book. Sort of born and raised American, but sort of in a way leaning even further into being American, like being even more American than other Americans, and sort of resentful of this sort of immigrant part of her family and this sort of part of her identity. I mean, now as an adult, sort of understands where that came from, you know, and wants to sort of tell the story to other kids, you know, to sort of, I don't know, raise awareness of it and to sort of like help kids to see different sides in this situation. I don't know. I enjoyed it. Now, big problem, okay? 5 days left for Shorty September, Monday to Friday. So, thinking about tomorrow's book, I gotta get my head straight, okay? This is the end of the game. We gotta plan it out. So, I want to make sure that I get to the books that I want to get to for the end, but also it's a work week, you know, it's a full work week, and I gotta make sure I don't fuck around with the burnout, okay? So, I've got this idea now. Monday, Noise of Time, right? So, that's a book about, like, I think, like, an artist or something in Russia? I don't know. Anyway, it could potentially be an audiobook. So as I'm reading it, you know, Monday vibes, if I'm like, oh, I can't focus, I could audiobook that shit. Okay, Tuesday, High Rise, because that one, J.G. Ballard, is also an Amazon show, and I really want to watch the Amazon show. So if I read the book first and then do Amazon, I don't have anything else on Tuesday. So Wednesday, Colorado Kid, Stephen King. So that one, because Wednesday I'm in the office, that could also potentially be an audiobook, but also Stephen King. You can get through Stephen King in no time, okay? They just go quick. They're lovely. Okay, then Thursday, I'm thinking Miss Iceland, which is that one that was translated from Icelandic about the woman in like the 60s or 70s or whatever. She wants to be a journalist, but conservative Icelandic society really only will let her be a beauty queen, so she has to be a beauty queen instead. And that sort of plays in the fact that I have covered every single prompt and category more than once, except for play suit shorts and translated, or the Bermuda shorts. So I need one more that I'll regret, and I think potentially Noise of Time, because it was in my surplus pile originally. I wasn't going to play with that shit. But now I've decided, some people have said it's good. I've decided to potentially jump in, but it could potentially be shit. So that hits play suit shorts, but also then are translated, and that could be Miss Iceland. Could be Miss Iceland, or it could be The Godmother, which is one that I just picked up from the bookstore this week, which is about like a Moroccan translator or something. She's like a grandma or a mom or whatever, and she's a translator, a French translator. But then she realizes that there's like more money in drugs or something like this. Like she becomes like a sort of mob boss or something like this. Anyway, so Thursday, Miss Iceland or The Godmother, and then Friday, very last day, I gotta stop fucking around. I gotta decide what book I 100% wanted to get to and haven't gotten to yet. And I'm contemplating potentially Revenge, okay, by Yoko Gawa, or Cursed Bunny, maybe? I don't know, there's so many I haven't gotten to. Or maybe just Miss Iceland on the Thursday and The Godmother on the Friday. And then Cursed Bunny is scary. It's like a creepy one, isn't it? It's like based in horror tales. So that could just be a Halloween read. That could move over to October. Same with Revenge by Yoko Gawa. Those would be my Halloween reads. That's what I've got. Okay, I've got it. Miss Iceland on the Thursday. On the Friday, I'm going to read The Godmother. And that's going to be my absolute last Shorty September read. And then the ones that I really wanted to read for Shorty that I haven't got to. So Revenge, Cursed Bunny, Sleep Donation. All three of those, bit creepy. They can move to October and be part of my October TBR. Ugh. Sorted. Okay, in summary, 4 stars. Tomorrow's book. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, any comments at all, please let me know. How are things going? Do you have thoughts about these books? Do you have thoughts about upcoming books? How do you feel about my plan? If it sounds like a shit plan, please let me know. High Rise, The Colorado Kid, Miss Iceland, The Godmother are the ones in the chute, ready to go. Okay. I will see you tomorrow. Okay.